Hello again, YouTube. This is going to be an update video on what I've done to this Cannondale F2000 CAAD5, which I picked up 2-3 weeks ago. I have since stripped it down completely to the bare frame. As much as I would have liked to kept all of the original items, as I mentioned in the previous video, I purchased this off the original owner and it was pretty much 100% factory with the exception of the tires. The Coda cranks I removed. They're 175 millimeter cranks. I run 165s and I would like to even try 160 or 155s. So these are 165 millimeter cranks. They are specialized stout cranks, which came on my wife's bike, which I upgraded to Shimano XTs. And so they were in the parts bin and they fit in this frame. They fit in this frame well. It does have a dual chain ring, which I put a narrow wide 1x chain ring on, which I'm only utilizing. I am not going to run a front derailleur. So it's essentially a 1x8. And the chain line worked out to be pretty good. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but it runs fine, no noises or anything. Removed the factory Volvo Cannondale seat, replaced it with this nice WTB, which was also in my parts bin. I might go to a different saddle, I'm not sure. This one's pretty heavy, but it is fairly comfortable and it seems to look okay on this bike. Also changed out the pedals. The factory ones were Coda clipless, which I sold to somebody on Marketplace for $5, so they're happy. Upgraded the brakes to Shimano MT-401. The Coda brakes, well, again, I would have liked to have kept them, but from what I understand, the brake pads are hard to come by and you have to use a proprietary hydraulic brake fluid. So that seemed like a hassle. So these were cheap and easy to install. I did not install the front brake as of yet. I will eventually, but I'm not in any hurry. 99% of where I ride in my area, it's all flat. So the front brake really is not needed. And this one works fine so far. I polished the frame and then went over it with a it's by the company 303. It's a nano ceramic coating spray. It's not a real ceramic coating in my opinion. When I do my cars, I run Car Pro ceramic coating, and it's a very good coating. Those coatings last on my cars for beyond 5 years, but I usually do it again after about 5 years, but there's still hydrophobic properties noted after 5 years. It's just the prep is very lengthy and I didn't see the need to go over it on this bike since it's powder coated. And one of the things that drew me to wanting a Cannondale with a head shock is I kept reading about how good the small bump sensitivity is. And when I first purchased the bike, I removed the fork and I had it sent out and rebuilt, reinstalled it, and the internet was not wrong. This fork has the best small bump sensitivity that I have tried on any mountain bike. I've owned several bikes with various levels of Fox suspension, and they are great forks, probably better than this one in every category except small bump sensitivity, and that's going to matter to some people and not to others. But this fork works great now. The lockout works great. It's super cool. It makes me more fond of these bikes knowing how well that fork functions. I ended up getting rid of the 120 millimeter Cannondale Coda stem, replacing it with a 60 millimeter stem by, I think it's called Reverse Components. They're the only ones that think they're the only ones that make aftermarket stems for Cannondale, or for the 1.56 diameter head shock tube. I wish it was all raw, but that's okay. Looks good. That head shock bolt was rusty, so I polished it up a little bit. I think it looks a lot better. Oh, these handlebars came off of my wife's Specialized, which she's running a Renthal stem and handlebar set up on that now with a little bit of a rise to it. These bars go well on it. I cut them down to 24 inches, I believe it is. Going back to the brakes, I did have to get that adapter for it to function properly, but it works good now. I may change the tires out. Everyone seems to be going with the Schwalbe Billy Bonkers. I think they would look great on this bike. I know Maxxis has some sweet tires that would work well on this. I do mostly paved riding, so something with low rolling resistance would be beneficial. These are Specialized grips. I also noticed while shifting that this down tube shifter cable, or the shifter cable that runs along the down tube, it would hit the down tube sometimes, making a tinny sound while shifting and sometimes going over bumps. So I added these, if I can see, zoom in here, these O-rings on the cable, and to buffer it and to dampen the sound, and they work as intended. Got a little gouge there in the sticker. Not sure what color yellow that is, or if somebody has a paint coat or something, but I'd like to touch that up. It's probably the worst damage on this frame. Other than that, I don't really care. This bike was originally purchased at Alger Schwinn Cyclery. It's in northern Michigan. I don't know if they're still open or not. Anyways, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited about putting some miles on this bike, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If I do any other updates, I'll try to remember to take another video and upload. Also, if anybody is interested in me doing a walk around of this 2007 Yeti ARC, let me know in the comments.